sun is coming up over the top of Wild Bear Mountain this morning. You can see the cabin over here. A little piece of heaven. I talked the other day about the big tree that we have to have removed that's right beside the cabin. This tree is a big ash, and it also has to come down. It is dead. The Virginia Department of Transportation is actually going to be taking this tree down. It is right beside the highway. We contacted them and they will come and remove this tree. You can see they have already come and put a little tag on it, a little number tag. So in the next couple weeks they will remove this tree, and we're sad to see it go, but happy they're taking it down. Dan and I were driving home one weekend and a tree this size actually fell across the road right in front of us, and I can insert a picture right here of that. It was terrifying, actually. Guys, we saw this tree crash down in the road right in front of us. Oh my gosh, talk about counting your blessings. I'm hoping that you can see the beautiful white birch bark on the trees along the riverbank here. They're a little harder to see in summer, but in the fall and winter, as the leaves start to drop, you can see the white bark. They're one of my favorites, so gorgeous. This is our little path that I showed you guys down to the river. But I think I'll walk down to the water this morning. I'll let you guys hang out with me by the river. Maybe just sit for a minute in meditation. Dan and I spent a weekend putting these steps in. We actually first put stone steps, and then we came back later and added some wood timbers for the steps. The river will get up this high. It has many times. It's absolutely incredible down here. Kind of interesting. If you look across the bank, the stone has been cut, and it's naturally done this way. This is not done by man. And it almost looks straight cut. Fascinating. Good morning. This is what the river looks like after almost 5 inches of rain overnight. Yesterday, November 11th, which was Veterans Day, I took some footage down by the river, and I'm going to do a comparison now side by side with that so you guys can see what it looks like. Actually, normally, this is what the river normally looks like. But we've had a lot of drought this year, and I can't even get to where I was yesterday without getting my feet wet, I don't think. I'm gonna try. Okay, I set you guys. I'm gonna try to get over there. I set you guys right here, and I know the water is very loud. I set you guys right here yesterday for a little quiet meditation. And I'm going to do a comparison now from yesterday till today. We could all benefit from a little quiet time. This is Mother Nature in all her awesomeness. I'm going to do a side-by-side here as well of the footage I took yesterday. And this is why we thought it was so important to get this little creek bed cleaned up and the trees out of the way so the bank doesn't wash out, because this is the culvert that I showed you yesterday from our creek. I'm going to show you our creek in a few minutes. Running under the bridge that Dean and Forrest built from the trees that fell across the creek here. Big difference. Again, you can see where the tree was across. It was right across the water. purchased the adjacent property to the cabin earlier this year, and we first started cleaning the riverbank. And one of the things we wanted to do was to clear this creek. 2 trees had fallen across. You can see this is one of them. This is the bottom and continues over there. Sadly, that's a hemlock that's been killed by disease, but it was blocking the creek here where it drains into the river. So we wanted to clean this up. So Dan and our son Forrest built this cute little bridge using those trees, and the small pieces on top are trees that were down on the side. There was a big ice storm here last year, so we just cleaned up. We're trying to clean up the side of the property along with a good portion of the property on the other side of the road. Okay, this is the area that we went to yesterday, where I showed you the big stone under the water that you could see, and talked about, you know, what a great place this was to go fishing, but also swimming. And I don't think you'd want to go swimming today. This is one of our favorite spots along the river. It's a huge boulder. It's a great place to actually come in and swim or fish. You can see under the water here, I hope you can see, it's all stone. As you sit here, you can watch the trout go by, and even an occasional eel. This is going to be the before and after of the little bloodroot. We sat and visited with the bloodroot rhizomes in our previous video. And here's the creek now, and the upper bridge. A couple of weeks ago, I planted bloodroot rhizomes along the creek bank here. And I planted them here because they like semi-shade to mostly shade in a nice moist area. This is my favorite spot on the whole property. We didn't even know the creek was here or the bridge when we bought the property. So when we saw this, it was like, oh my gosh, this is it. My favorite little happy spot. Up the mountain, sun coming down. It's fun to watch the sun travel down the mountainside. House. I'll head back up to the cabin now. Let's take a peek. I think, oh yeah, Mr. Rain Barrel is full. The other day we were down the lower garden. I said, oh, look at the raspberries. The raspberries are actually up here. And blueberries. And down below in the lower garden are the blackberries. There are the little chickadees coming in to eat. I think I see a little nuthatch too. Yeah, there he goes up the tree. And here's Dan, again up in the weeds and briars. He actually found some barbed wire up there yesterday. He's working on cleaning up all the deadfall that was on this little strip of property between us and our neighbors. You can see the power lines are right there, and over the past several years the power company would come and just chop and drop everything, and it's really a fire hazard, so we're hoping to get it cleaned up. And our closest neighbors live over in the little chalet over there. They are awesome neighbors. They've already retired, so they kind of help us keep a watch out on everything up here, which is amazing. It's always good to have great neighbors.